Hey everyone. Now that we've turned the corner into 2022, I thought we could look back at all the disc golf in 2021. Got to play a ton of rounds with friends and coworkers, plus 10 disc golf tournaments, 9 of which were PDGA sanctioned events. We also kicked off the organization bag tags in 2021. We got a ton to get through, so let's hit it. Kicking off here at Pine Grove with Mark and Ryan, early January. Gekkel and JB at Legacy Druid. Rogers and TJ at Millbrook. Zach at Pine Grove. Just a lot of these early rounds in the winter here, gearing up for the season. And I headed up towards Lancaster, DF Bookmiller Park, to start prepping for the Geibel Classic, which is at the beginning of February. Here's the first tee pad. It had just snowed. Played a pretty good practice round. But here's the morning of Feb 7, and it snowed probably 2.5, 3 inches during the round. It was crazy. Still had a ton of fun. Shot relatively well for the pack. First tourney of the year. Just one round. Got a cool metal flake felon out of it. But ended 10th, which is not too shabby, out of about 30 or so. From there, Gekkel at Pine Grove. Now into March, with a group at Druid. And now in March, headed up to Godoris for some practice rounds. Godoris State. This is the red course here. Really beautiful along this lake, this reservoir. This is really in prep for a few different Godoris tournaments coming up in the spring and summer. Here we are, still in the red as it curves into the woods. Had a pretty good morning on the red, and then played the purple course there. Godoris State has 3 full 18-hole courses. Purple a little bit more open, a bit longer. Did pretty well for my practice in purple too. Back in Maryland, Forest Drive with Ryan and Gekkel, bringing some discs out for field work. Now back up to Godoris, actually with Gekkel and Ian to continue practicing up there. We played the purple course in the morning and the red course in the afternoon, just getting those reps in. Ian at Pine Grove. And now we're here at the White Rose Open, beginning of April. Really beautiful day. I shot great both rounds, really. I really got on lead card second round, and I ended up finishing 6th out of 66, which is pretty solid for this beer tier event. You can see Ian right there with me too in 8th, which is great. And Gekkel ended up finishing 8th in the novice division out of 35, which is pretty awesome. Here we are, Creeping Creek, mid-April. Just getting out to enjoy this kind of farm brewery course, which we don't get out too often in Hampstead. But also prepping Gekkel and I in not too long, we'll have the hop field open there. So we were prepping for that, just getting some of these shots under our belt. There's a lot of technical lines here through the woods, a few shots over that pond there, that water. Here, Gekkel's put himself in a tough approach to this pin. Let's see him look at it a few ways. Let's watch. Change it up again. The not often seen putter, I guess maybe putter overhand? Anyway, great day out at Creeping Creek. Really beautiful. This is kind of over the property, shooting down towards the brew house there for one of the last holes. Good practice round for sure. Here we are at Druid Hillway, the back half. Great redirect there for Gekkel. Took some stats that round too. And here I am with the longest drive off of hole 13 at Pine Grove. Got some good drives in this year. Late April at Druid, always nice with the cherries going. Here we are on hole 17, the elevated basket now. Had a nice round out there with Ian on Legacy. Back to Creeping Creek for the Hop Field Open. So Gekkel and I out there for that. Played with really the same guys, the both cards. Got on lead card again for second round and ended 6th here out of 21, which I felt really good about. And then Geckel did 18th, but this is his first rec too, not novice, which is great. Back up at Cadorus. Prep me now just alone, practicing this blue course, which I hadn't played yet, to prep for an upcoming tournament that was there. I knew I had to get blue under my belt. Really technical, lots of wooded lines. Did okay in the practice, shot even. But then got up there shortly after, beginning of May here. And also was rated over 900 at this point, and so I had to play in the intermediate division. And while I shot okay both rounds, I really just kind of got spanked here a bit on this. So I was like 20 out of 28 or so. Definitely not what I was looking for out of that tournament. But it's great drives here back at Pine Grove with Ian. And now over at Patapsco, actually, with coworker Don. Beautiful wooded course at Patapsco. And it's nice, too, to be able to get out with Don and now a few other coworkers that we've now gotten into the disc golf. Even though our company's not all that large, we've been able to get, I think, even 7 or 8, maybe even 9 out to a round.
Oh, I see.
There's that round with Don. Another round with some buddies, Wes and JB at Kinder. Getting some fresh discs in. And now back with Don and some co-workers at Rockburn Branch, not all that far from our office. And we had taken Eves and Randy out here for the first time. There's those new player scores. Back with a big group at Pine Grove. And then a group at Lake Montebello. Another nice long drive on hole 13. And Pine Grove, Ryan and Ian. Now up to Klein's Run off of Susquehanna. Went up there with Geckel for a day of practice. We had the Disc Golf Open of Pennsylvania coming up at this course. Really amazing course. If you haven't played it yet, really worth it. And then this is fun here at Pine Grove.
Oh, I've never even had one. Hole 3, Pine Grove. Bumper bumper da ba. Nice ace, Duda.
It was just a fun ace, fun moment. Ricocheted off that tree right in. Here we are, Ian and Jesse at Druid Hill Hillway. Father's Day gift from my family. And then North Glen Park, just south of the city. Back to Pine Grove, deer staring at us while we're putting with Zach and Geckel. And then back to North Glen for the Trilogy Challenge here in July. Ian and I got there early to play around, and then shot that round, that Trilogy Challenge. Ended 7th out of about 34 there, which was great. Then up to Millbrook with Zach. Just hadn't played there in a bit, getting some reps in, playing the shorts there. And Pine Grove with Ian and Geckel. Then back up to Klein's Run for the Disc Golf Open in Pennsylvania, which I played with Geckel. Great tournament. Here's his tee off in the morning.
All the way from Baltimore, Maryland, David Geckel.
He's got to bomb it up this hill. Not an easy lefty shot. Wraith at it. So played great in the morning, but as you'll see here from the scores, I ended up 4th. So did Geckel in his division, which was great. You can see those round 2 scores. We got rained out, so we only played a 12-hole second round. Still had a ton of fun. Won this CAC. Back to Millbrook. Ian and Geckel starting to get some reps in there because now we've got the Millbrook Open right at the end of July here. Probably the best tournament all year. We had amazing weather, just perfect out. Great group of folks. There was a taco truck there. There's Zach's Tacos, and just awesome woods golf up here at Millbrook. Got on lead card for the second round, and Austin Waldhauser ended up taking it home. It was awesome. Shot 4th out of 19 here. See some Zach and Ian there, or Zach here as well at 13th. And then Ian, because of his performance at the White Rose, had to play in the intermediate division, so he was 13th there out of 20. With the winnings, got a bunch of winnings for that. I picked up a Halo Wraith, which I wanted. Now on Pine Grove, Ryan and Ian, Druid Hill Legacy with a work group. And then I pick up the Troy boys, and we head south. Here's Mayflower Hills, a beautiful top-tier course in Virginia as we head down for Troy's bachelor party.
Okay. Rolling the way.
Really challenging course. It was really hot that day too. We were just chugging water, but had a blast again on the way down. And got to play here at Black Mountain Veterans Park in Asheville, North Carolina with this fine group of gentlemen for that stay. Back home, Kinder Farm Park with the work group, then at Forest Drive with Ian and Geckel, and around with my son Rory at Druid Hill Legacy. And now we're at the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour, 3 rounds at Legacy. First one was at Forest Drive, which I bombed. I shot a +6. It was awful. My worst round all year, really. My worst rated round. But still fought back. Ended 15th out of, actually, I think quite a bit. Maybe 55, which I was happy with. Pine Grove. Ian doing some lunchtime rounds, half a round there. And then North versus South. Didn't have any pictures or round captures for this one. We had a big group up there. I shot second, which was great. Shot lead card at the end. Zach came in 8th. Ian, it was tied with him at 8th. And then TJ right behind that at 9th. We all got to playing cards together. Ton of fun, just a ton of golf. It was 2 27-hole rounds, 54 total holes. Nuts. Long drive out at Pine Grove with Ian. We got Goucher with my son Rory for a quick round. Another lunchtime round with Ian at Pine Grove. Beautiful out there in the fall. Just don't bring your orange discs. And then Ryan and Geckel at Hillway. Last tournament of the year, we got Scarbsjarn here up at Scarborough in November. It was a beautiful morning and then got really blustery in the afternoon, but I ended up taking home my first tournament win, which was awesome for MA3. So shot first, had a really scorching 58 on the first round. Shot really well there. Ian coming in 11th. We got TJ at 15th, Geckel 18th. Pine Grove with a group here as we kind of finish out November. Then my only work trip, head to Vegas for a conference and got to play a course out there. This is Sunset Park, kind of right near the airport in a big open public park. Had a ton of fun with about 3 discs that I brought with me. And then there was a disc golf store across the street, so I went out there, bought my first Thought Space Athletics discs. Organizing in the garage and getting out for some bigger drives before we finish out the year here. Here we are in December, lunchtime around with Ian, up at the new course in Bel Air here, and then finishing it out at Lake Montebello.
Was a good bid.
With Ian and Geckel here. The last light here in December. It starts getting dark quickly. And then I put a glow bag together because I wanted to start doing some glow. And here we are for Taco Tuesdays at Pine Grove. Got second that night, which was awesome. Ian at Pine Grove. Took some stats for that one too. Plus, great drive here on this hole. Pine Grove. Ian, Pine Grove again. And then the last group right here on New Year's Eve with the group. And then my glow bag continues to grow. I'm sure you'll see a glow in the bag. Probably 2022 here. Of course, in between those rounds, getting in the Disc Golf Valley. Some nice shots here that bury a couple aces here. Now, just want to call out some supporting cast for the first time. We've got Lachlan grabbing the chains here for the first time, and baby Lorelei sinking the putt here. In terms of my own disc golf season for 2021, Ended rated 896, which I was really happy with. Had 18 rated rounds total. One was thrown out there, that really awful round at Forest Drive at Druid Hill for that National Amateur Tour. And then my best round being that first round at Scarborough, up at Scarborough, that -2. It was a 936 rated round. I had 5 birdies on that round. I was really happy with it. In fact, had I stuck it out, the last hole I played in that rotation was hole 16, really short hole. Had I even just parred that, I would have even ended better. And then the organization bag tags. Here's how we fared for the year. Let's see, tags changing hands throughout the years. I'll also leave a link down in the description to if you want to play around with this live, interact with it, to kind of understand how you performed over the year. Here's those individual tracks. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully 2022 brings a ton of great disc golf for all of us. Hope to see you all out there on the course. Enjoy.